I don't want to have to call every person in here to find out, now, what did you do, and what worked, and what didn't work, and
Yeah,
so
I
forth.
was supposed to do
So,
the same thing. Same
So
thing.
it would be great if you could, if, like, the president could have that knowledge, and then if a person, says, okay, I'm willing to chair, they can pass it on and say, this is what we know, historically we've done, this is what works, this is what doesn't work, you know, and so I definitely see a need for that, you know, I mean, I have personal relationships where I could do that, but that even is time consuming, you know? Also in the past, we've seen reunion chairs, and I won't name any specific years, but there've been some reunions where communication didn't go out for 2 months prior to the reunion, some 3 months, I mean, we've exchanged emails and texts saying, are we having a reunion? I don't know, I haven't gotten anything, have you got anything? You know, so, you know, where it's done differently, where we should have a standard, like, you know, 12 months out, this needs to go out, 6 months out, you know, where are we with that? But if you're going to one person who has volunteered to chair the reunion, you can't make a demand of them, you know, you're kinda at their grace to, you know, would please send something out, you know, you're begging them. So, I mean, we should be at this point of having reunions now for all my life, I know, so that's getting close to 50, but not 50. We should be further along than that, you know, so I definitely think it's a
Run
great
like a
idea.
business.
Yeah.
You should be run like a business.
Well, and I would add that at the end of these reunions, like, say with this one, she and I are the co-chairmans for the next, we should be doing a debriefing, because a lot of what you're going through will not be discussed in this meeting.
Right.
And there's things that we could take as more lessons learned and avoid. And actually, before we start our planning, we better ahead of some of those issues and take them back in, you know, research and see what counts, whatever that is.
Yeah, one of the things that should also happen is that you have the council, and then that the who's in for the reunion be a subcommittee. So you always have a group that oversees or assists the committee when it's doing the reunion. The reunion takes on a mind of itself, and if we have the council would make the continuity better, because the responsibilities of making sure that the reunion committee gets their stuff done, it's almost like a check and balance.
Right.
So that might be something to look at, especially if we have a committee or council that's gonna be on board for 4 years. They will be able to help two reunions get their things together.
Right, right.
Can I ask that, please? Lisa.
Oh, I'm Lisa Remsen.
I knew that, I just had to let her know.
Another thing I wanted to say is I also think it's important that the entire council not leave at one time, that we need to retain some members, you know, so we rotate maybe 2 or 3 of the officers, but not the whole body. In 4 years, we lose all 5 or 6 of them, and then we're starting from scratch again.
So what would you propose, Maite? What positions would you say we should hold on to?
She's just saying that they need to be staggered.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking like, since all of them are being, if
At
we
one
go with
time.
it, all of them being
Right.
elected to, you know, today potentially. So would that mean that the president would stay on another 2 years, so it would be
Maybe
6
we
years,
rotate
or-
president, vice president, or
Yeah.
maybe we might rotate the vice president off or move them to another role, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, and then, like you said, we're gonna have to kinda see what works, maybe in 2
Right.
years, we can kinda figure that out, because, you know, life circumstances, things may happen where you can't be on for 4 years, so, you know, we kinda have to see how that works, but I do think we do need to distinguish that. I don't think president and vice president should leave at the same time, definitely, you know, so, I mean, I think those two definitely need to kinda, maybe we rotate the vice president off in 2 years, and the president for, you know, we have to
Right.
figure that out.
Okay.
We have to figure that out.
So, I agree with what you're saying, and you can have the vice president know that they're gonna ascend to the presidency next. The president stays for 4 years, and then the vice president that comes in is for 2 years, and then that 2 years, they become the president, and the new vice president comes in, and that person is then being groomed to be the vice president, the president next time. So then that would allow you to have that person, be under the tutelage of the president, and then be ready to handle the presidency.
Maybe treasurer as well. I mean, that's the keeper of the wallet is, it's a big role, but it's a key role, so.
The secretary is a key role too. I've been in organizations where the secretary is the only keeper of the history. You really want to keep that person around for a while. Because if you lose them, you lose the line, basically. Right. Information. And the treasurer, you actually want to keep them in there too long. Because it just kind of gives people tend to get sloppy if they're too long financially, or either sometimes they just kind of see or something like that. So you actually, that's one thing we're rotating for 2 years. But the secretary,